Don't you disrespect me, little man!
When it comes to Disney villains, Dr. Facilier is one of my personal favorites. He's charismatic, sleazy, manipulative, and dazzling, with nefarious goals and some of the most dynamic moves a Disney villain ever had. His design is a mix of Baron Samedi from Voodoo culture and jazz themes from the 20s, mixed with a sadistic and charismatic personality, making Facilier a very skilled manipulator. But little is known about Dr. Facilier beside his goals and means to achieve them. We have barely any idea of where he came from, who his parents were, or how he grew up. This is not strange though. It is a common trope among Disney villains to have any backstory at all. It's a simple technique to make the villain less sympathetic and thus easily to turn into a caricature, a technique very common in propaganda. But that doesn't mean we cannot try to figure out his past, and that's what this video is all about. Kudos to Flower Petal for being the honorary recipient of this video, by the way. So, what do we know about Dr. Facilier's past based on the movie? Well, we do know that he grew up in New Orleans, poor, and that his mother was a queen. It may not seem as much, but if we mix Dr. Facilier's knowledge of voodoo with New Orleans French history, we have a pretty good idea of his past. But why the French part is so important, you may ask? Well, it's because Facilier is modeled after two of the most infamous dictators with French origins, Napoleon Bonaparte and Haiti's François Duvalier. If we take those influences into account, we can paint Dr. Facilier's past in a very accurate picture. First, we have his royalty. If Facilier's mother was royal, she was probably a voodoo queen, the strongest and most renowned priestess of New Orleans at the time. If despite that fact Dr. Facilier was poor and disrespected, we may assume that Dr. Facilier grew up when voodoo was in decline, probably attributed to the proliferation of Christian denominator churches and the rise of the American market due to the pre-World War I American boom. Looking at it from this angle, we can imagine that Dr. Facilier looked up to his mother and felt deep resentment towards society for not receiving the proper treatment they deserved for being royalty. It is also logical that through his mother, Facilier learned voodoo and hoodoo, which helped him contact his friends from the other side and use them to kill his mother. And in this case, it's a little bit logical to understand why he killed his mother. After all, if her mother was poor, it meant that she didn't use her powers for evil, something that Facilier was very happy to do in exchange of power. This resulted in Facilier killing his mother and putting her in display.
I'm a royal myself on my mother's side.
The parallels between Facilier, Napoleon, and Duvalier are quite interesting. Like Napoleon, Facilier was a stranger in the world he grew up in. Napoleon was an Italian court in revolutionary France, while Facilier was the son of a voodoo queen in the time of modern America. When it comes to Duvalier, Facilier is also a doctor, though not in the same way, but they were both voodoo practitioners, deeply insecure despite their strong demeanors, and they were also prone to lose their cool when things they don't go their way. With all that information on account, we can surely hypothesize that Dr. Facilier was the son of a voodoo queen who grew poor in the pre-World War I era New Orleans, who stepped in the dark side in order to gain power and rule New Orleans as the indisputable voodoo king of the bayou. Well, in that way, he may have a really messed up. Well done, Disney. Really, well done. Well, this is all for this episode. I really hope you enjoyed. Please give it a like, subscribe, and once again, thanks to Flower Petal 876 for being the first sponsor of one of my videos. You go, girl. You rock.
Minor setback in a major operation. As soon as I whip up another spell, we'll be back in business. I still got that frog and Prince locked away. I just need a little more time. No, please, no. Just a little more time.